So this is Finch Station, hey guys? Finch Station, the original Finch Station. Three, three. Wait till we get up the way a bit, and then you'll see some great sound effects, my dear ones. This Chromebook is amazing. It's more or less a walking Steadicam, right? I can make some really nice documentary style featurettes. Guys, smile, you're going on YouTube. Pew, 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 pew. What are they gonna do? Because I'm holding this thing like a waiter holds the tray, right? And it's like I can slow down. I can even do my like little descend and ascent. It's really fucking cool, as you can see. I think this goddamn thing will make me famous. I gotta train myself to look into the camera, and you can do all kinds of amazing things with this. What I'm saying, it's like it's beyond 360, right? Like it's really fucking cool. So I can like zoom in like an airplane. Doo, 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 doo. And it's like, yo, right? And you just need to have this balance like you do when you're a waiter. So when you're a waiter, you got to hold this thing, and it's like you learn how to do it. Like these goddamn basketball players, man. The problem with all of it in COVID is, guys, I'm not even sure where you're watching this, but that's the problem I'm having right now. Ideally, I would be on IGTV. I'm done with fucking YouTube. Starting channels from scratch, and it's like when you start with YouTube, with Google, these people are like, yo, data farms, and you've got unlimited email, and the number is going up and up and up and up. Woo! So I missed out on showing you some ancient Torontopia. I'm going to show it to you. This is my job. I take the thing very seriously. So people have asked me in the past, hey man, look at me walking out time on the radio. Hey man, look at me walking out. I'm on my radio. Anyway, so they've asked me, like, some guy asked me one time, look at this interesting phenomenon. Do, 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 do. So people have asked me. So I act crazy like this. I'm baked and bipolar kind of thing. Like, I mean, I have issues. People have asked me, why do you talk about Toronto so much? This is meant to, like, what kind of absurd thing? I have to say, as a marketer, it's like I'm happy to hear a person's response, no matter how insane it is. So this thing is a trolley bus on Ossington Avenue. To me, this is like, I love this fucking thing so much. I love black and white photos to begin with. And this 50 shit, yo, it's like playing Fallout, right? So now, this is Toronto though. Like, this is like places I bike and all this kind of crap, right? Do, 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 do. You're going on YouTube, young man. So look at it. This is so gorgeous. This is like 80s, of course, right? 1981, September 27th. Okay, so now, Bay Street Trolley. This thing right here, Bay Street. This looks like New York, more or less, right? It's so nice. It's like vintage Torontopia, right? So like right now, I'm looking at the camera. Right now, I'm looking at myself, and I can see myself looking down. That's the cool thing about this. Like somehow, like this thing is the ultimate weapon for a YouTuber. Nowadays, everybody want to make like they got something to say. Nothing comes out when they move the lips because the MFs are doped up, smacked down, and they forgot about El Doctoro in Detroit. Right! Guys, you may or may not be on camera, and you may or may not go onto YouTube. So this is Bay Street, okay, and Queen Street. It's a great, like, check this guy out over here. Like, look at what he's wearing. Pew, 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 pew. So yeah, this thing is a portable, dear user, handheld Steadicam, right? You can do all kinds of amazing things with this thing, right? Look at this shot. Like, this is some classic shit right here. This is like, in traditional movie making, to get a shot like this, you got to put rails in the ground or have some guy with a Steadicam, right? And this thing costs like 100 grand or some crap like this. It's not easy. Like this thing, the things like this. This is the way I see it. I changed my mind. I think I don't know what I came up with after this, but in the world of art, movies are the most expensive thing to do, and it's one of the most expensive endeavors. Period. You need to recreate a world, right? And this is very very hard. You have to like recreate a world more or less. Like anyway, it's like it's very tough. You have to put together a production company, and it's or some kind of like thing, right? What's going to pay everyone, and it's basically a production company, right? So this thing goes on for like 18 months to 24 months or something like this, right? So they find, they find some fucking guy. Like, so the thing that you start with, if it's a famous director or the guy has like budget or he has, he like, the thing you need to make a movie is to put a producer. You need to, you need to obviously have some guy who basically brings everything else together. So they say like the producer is the guy who doesn't get Oscars. There's no Oscar for producer. Producer can be a writer, can be a director, can be an actor, can coach. All of these people can like anything. Like so, like you'll have like Tom Cruise, and he's a producer. All it means is at the very least you're putting money into this thing, right? So this is my new bike right here, guys. It's a very cool bike. I haven't gone online yet to see what it's worth new. It's a strange name. It's like what is it? Sunpeak. Like I don't know. I'm gonna get it tuned. I urge you to think about tuning your bike. So this thing, when it's tuned, it's gonna be a beast. It does make a difference. The last bike I had, which I literally found under a bridge, they're users. So this is Finch Station. Right now, we're gonna grab a bus, and yeah, I mean, I had a little wink, I suppose, and so I was very tired. I was very tired. I had a little wink, so I suppose I have a little bit of energy to talk and things like this. I want to smoke a little bit, and so we'll go outside there, and then we'll come back, take the bike, and we're gonna go this way. Do 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 do. And yo, so this is what is this? This right here? Someone just left a bike. Whose bike is this? You're gonna get it stolen. Pew, pew. So this is what happens. See this bike over here? This is standing there, begging to be begging to be taken. Guys, watch the gap, all right? Don't get yourself in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry, right, guys? So yeah, it's locked. It's locked, right? Okay, it's locked. I was very tempted to take it. There's a saying of Imam Ali's. Yeah, I take stuff like that. I'm sorry to say, I don't know if that's stealing, but I mean, someone's gonna take it. This is Toronto, right? So why not me? I'm a poor guy in a sense that Inna Allah al-ghani wa antum al-fuqara, for sure. Allah is rich and you're all are poor. I do have money actually. The truth is I do have money, and the fact is I may or may not have taken it. And the real deal is I would have tried to give it to someone who actually needs it, right? My wife would be very upset if she found out, and now I'm saying it, but she gave me a guitar after 20 years, a Yamaha, for my birthday. And I'm sorry to say, sweetie, I gave this to an old man. He's an old man. I asked him, and he showed me. And I was having a very hard time with it. It's actually, I think what happened, sweetie, over a number of years, and by the way, like I did this for God, and it shouldn't bother you at all. I'll buy another guitar, better guitar. This thing, I think, over the course of the years, like 20, the strings were frayed. They were fucked. They were like, they were not, they were kind of messed up, right? So there we go. Isn't this great? It's kind of cool, right? Kind of cool, guys. So I'm gonna have a smoke, and then we'll go. But this Chromebook is fucking tight, right? So basically, I mean, it's basically a handheld Steadicam. Like, so that bus, for example, I could create a shot where I just go, I'm going towards that bus. And you have to, you get good at this thing, right? And so basically, you would need a Steadicam for stuff like that. You go down to street level, you can hold the thing out, you can do all kinds of amazing stuff. Stuff that you would need a guy with a 10, who knows, $150,000 Steadicam. Very expensive. So there's stuff I want to talk about, right? So this is 10 minutes in. So that's an intro on an hour long video. Guys, Alex Becker does intros and he'll spend 5 minutes and he'll kind of warm you up and then he starts talking about what he talks about. So I do want to talk about sales stuff. And I was talking about how in sales they say that you make emotional decisions and then you justify them with reason or logic. And I said on a previous video, I said it wrong. I said you make emotional decisions and something like this. I came to the conclusion that reason is infallible. This is what it is. Reason is infallible, right? But what happens is that logic and reason, like reason is infallible. Reason prevails. This is a problem with Christianity. If you ask, I hope you can hear this because of the buses in the background. I mean, see, like we can create a shot where there's a little bit of a bus there. It makes a big difference, right? Because they can hear it, and then it's gonna take off, right? So now in Christianity, it's a problem because see, I want the bus to be in the shot, like kind of like maybe like this, right? So now in Christianity, at a certain point, a priest or a pastor will say, you just have to accept this thing on faith. There's no rationale, there's no reason behind it, there's no explanation, there's no way of explaining it. Pew! That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool, right? It's not bad. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I have rolling papers. I have rolling papers I carry with me. They're using, and then I have tobacco that I carry with me. I've been smoking a lot recently, and I don't mind saying it. Like I've been pretty stressed out running around. Um, I gotta move, right? I gotta move. So today I finally did what I should have done. I didn't have time to in any case, but I blasted like 20 people on Facebook Market. Like right now, the numbers are harder than they used to be, folks. Right now, the numbers are harder, right? So what I mean by that is in sales, in typical sales in a given industry, it used to be that you talk to 10 people, something like this. You talk to 10 people or you call on 10 people and it breaks down like slightly differently. But you talk to 10 people, two or three are interested, something like this, and then one, you'll get a deal out of this, something like this. Right now, you'll get one or two deals out of 100 conversations, something like this, or contacts. I mean, you have to really go all out. It doesn't mean it's not possible. It doesn't mean it's not worth it. Like once you have customers, then the thing works with word of mouth, and hopefully you have repeat customers and things like this, right? But getting started is tough. Getting started, you need these. If you're doing cold stuff, cold outreach, then these are the numbers, right? Hopefully, as you grow, you have ways to market and kind of warm up your audience. So it's only 10:30 right now. It's only 10:30. Isn't it beautiful? So this is Finch Station in downtown Toronto, uptown Toronto. Here comes another bus, right? It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So in Christianity, for example, I can explain the Trinity better than a Christian. My dad's a physicist. So light, right? Light does not is not light is not energy, okay? It's not matter and it's not waves. It's not photons, it's not a wave and it's not energy. Something like this, but it exhibits the property of all three. So that's what the Trinity would be, right? That's what it would appear to be. It doesn't make any sense because if you ask the question, like it really what it boils down to is some people say Jesus is God, some people think otherwise. Because if you ask the question, did Jesus pray to God, the Father, so-called Father? We don't have this relationship. Like Judith's pastor, my wife, her pastor said, well, he said it adoringly, and I appreciate the man a lot. And he's going to heaven. There's no question about it. Let's just get that straight. Pastor Alfred. I wish I had his YouTube channel. Like I should tell him to create a custom URL for this thing. I should be consulting with the guy, but I feel bad. He paid me like $250 for a website or some bullshit, and I helped him out. But I should call him. Like, but it's like, how am I gonna do this? Just out of the blue. I should call him out of the blue, but I feel embarrassed because, guys, I feel embarrassed because I told him I'd give like $250. Like this is, I don't know if I was desperate. Like in this at the same time, like in those days, I sold a website for $2,500 US. It's like my biggest deal. Like so, I made a good amount of money. Like so, I mean, basically, I did huge that month. Basically, guys, I talk about going online and stuff like this, and I'll do that on this video too. I mean, I've got certain topics I talk about. However, um, you may ask, how much money have you made online, right? Or have you done this thing? So the thing is, what's interesting is talking and writing and reading about certain things. Like if you talk about health and nutrition, okay, and you read about it and write about it. This is key. If you can get into the habit of writing, guys. So basically, you got to read. Like you got to keep looking until you find a book that you like, right? So this is something I just picked up. It's so beautiful. Do not say we have nothing. It's like got golden trim. It's got awards like the Booker Man Prize. This is fucking cool shit. Look at the back here. Look at that glitter, right? So something like this. By the way, you can sell something like this, guys. Like you can go online and sell stuff, right? You basically just take a goddamn picture of the thing now, and you go online. Pew, 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 pew. So it's not hard. It's hard being this handsome. This is hard, right? Being this handsome. So this book, Sabrina Chand, like there was a beautiful girl in Vancouver, and she was so cute and so gorgeous. And when she saw me and Judith, she said, "Oh my God, you guys are gonna have beautiful babies." She told me so much. She said, "Yo, she rocked my world with just two sentences. It's amazing, girls." Yo, I tell girls you cannot attract an optimal mate flashing your hooters. It's a line I have. Do, 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 do. The guy can see himself on here, right? It's kind of cool, right? And there's people waltzing by in the background, right? It's kind of cool, right? So this Chromebook is very, very fucking cool. right? I had a dream of doing stuff like this. I've had Chromebooks in the past, my dear user. I've had Chromebooks in the past, and it's taken about 5 Chromebooks to get to this point. It's taken about 5 Chromebooks to get to this point, right? So it's really fucking cool, right? Because um, look what I'm doing. It's amazing because I study filmmaking. You need a Steadicam to do something like this, and prior to that, you'd have like this wobbly handheld cam, or you'd have like miniature rails, like a shot like this where you're walking, like when I'm walking, and it's like do 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 do, which we're just about to do, by the way. A shot like that is like you traditionally have a rail, and then like a little rail track. You must have seen it in movies, things like this, or some kind of support, and like a camera is hanging from it and shooting. Guys, I urge you to get into writing. This is key right now. Like, I'll show you something amazing. It's fucking amazing, frankly. I'll show you something amazing, guys. Okay, so now every day I'll open the book, like, right now I'm writing notes about places I want to go see. Right? Like, basically my budget's in the $600 to $800 range because I don't really give a fuck, right? I don't want to like go all out and get an apartment just yet because we gotta go inside. I want to talk about this list. We gotta go inside, eh? I really believe dear viewer, that um, you can like jinx things or like zap things with like psychic energy emanating from your eyeballs, man. From your eye, do do do. So like anything, like I practice my art, and I'll put the date, and it's very good shit. And then you write down what's on your mind, and you'll usually just end up with just a few things, right? So groceries. I'm looking for a room. I've got a couple of phones I need to go pick up from the store. And look what it says. It says bikes, dot dot. Cause my bikes, like I had a bike that I believe was stolen. I don't know what happened to it, and another bike I left on a streetcar, and it's like lost to the world now because I went to Bay Street where the lost and found is, and like there's no hope of getting it, right? So I had to like clean my room, like so. This is ongoing right now, like so. I like these are like the major things that I need to do in my life right now. I mean, I'm looking out at the same time. I have other stuff like I'm doing. I'm looking for a job now, right? I've got steel-toed boots on because I was working as a forklift operator for a company called the Hillman Group. But the commute was too far, right? I'd come here to this station, and then I'd have to go to another station, and there's like basically 3 fucking buses, and it was shit. It was total shit, and so it was undoable. So there you have it. Ridiculously good ideas, right? So get a notepad. If you do this, you'll win. If you write stuff down every day, in this day and age, a person who writes wins. Like back in the day, everyone used to journal. Like everyone used to have a diary, right? So guys, your problems will shred your mind otherwise, right? Because this this bearing down on you, like you feel like this pressure. It's because you don't it's because you don't self analyze, you don't process your thoughts and emotions. Like, you need to let your thoughts unwind, and you need to process your emotions, go into how you're feeling. You need to overcome your thinking and emotions, your thoughts and emotions. Thoughts and thinking is reserved for analysis, problem solving, things like this. Like, the problem is that your very identity, I suppose, the way it's said is that, well, I suppose the way it is that you see yourself as a bunch of label. What you see yourself as is just thoughts and labels and words. My name's Hussein. I'm from Pakistan. My wife is Colombiana. But these are facts. But at the same time, vis-a-vis myself, it's just words, right? What I'm trying to say is, if you ask, like, who am I? Like, where is this thing that is me? Like, who am I? Like, this kind of thing. Like, paying attention to that is the key to enlightenment. So let's get inside, eh? I don't, I, I don't know, I don't know if you got that, but the poor guy like stumbled off the bus. So let's go inside. I got to get my bike, and we need to get on the bus. But by the by that time, hopefully, you know, uh, I'll have covered some stuff, right? So I'm just making a video. It's interesting, and the stuff I want to talk about. I usually get a feeling of when I want to run, Forest, run. I've been scaring people like this of late. It's so funny. Doo, doo, doo. So there you go, and here we are. And yeah, so let's get inside, get my bike, and get on a bus because we're spending time here, and I'm getting hungry again. It's like getting late, and it's only 10:30, but I do need to get home. We need to get home. I'm just like, I don't know, like, I just want to keep talking. This thing is therapeutic. Like, if I could just upload this fucking thing somewhere. I went to Vimeo. I used to upload like long form content, etc., to Vimeo, right? And it's like, now they want to charge you like money, and it's like, if I'm going to pay, like, why wouldn't I just pay? Who do I pay? I don't even know who to pay. I don't pay Vimeo or YouTube. I can't verify my goddamn. I can't verify my account, guys. So like, they want me to somehow verify. I don't like, they've locked me out of my primary Gmail account. If you guys want to see my original channel, it's Zaidiboy, Zaidiboy. You can just Google that, and you'll find my YouTube channel, Twitter, and all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm going to unlock the bike. I'll be right back. Nowadays, everybody want to make like they got something to say. Nothing goes out when they move their lips. Every man has to find his soul destiny. I believe with myself in immortality. Just follow your heart and just let it be. Hey, dude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, $200 bike, guys. We bike. And very cool bike. I'm happy with it. I gotta get a two. Get a two nice bike. I see one of the and then the hours got 6,000 bucks. So, it's so beautiful. That's the nice. Great, great. This is just like imagine. I don't know what to say. I used to be like, this is very fun. I saw one video guy, and he had a box of glass, and he had like real box glass. So I'm just glad to make fun of that. Some goddamn boss man. I believe in myself. So yeah, this is a Chromebook, guys. You can do all kinds of cool things with it, right? Like make movies, I suppose. Now they're not going to be like totally high quality or whatever, or maybe they will be. Like it's not going to be like an iPhone in terms of the pixelation and things like this, right? It's after all, it's just a humble Chromebook. Shit, it's gonna fall. I know it's gonna fall. Shit. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys. I didn't really say much, but there you have it. It's only half an hour. I'm still testing stuff out, and I'm gonna put this out on God knows what platform. If you're interested in anything I was talking about, you can ask. And I'd love to hear from you if you comment. I always think that any reaction is better than none, right? So now, yeah, and you can go to Zaidi Boy, like Zaidiboy. Just Google that. My original YouTube channel. There's a lot of like there's hundreds of videos on there, like over 700 different channels, like technology, Colombia, and like my wife and the dog, or that the dog that she had at the time, Shih Tzu, Kathy. So I'm gonna get going, and we'll see you when we see you on the dark side, I suppose.